hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Just getting our space clear here. Gonna give it a few moments, minutes, whatever, we'll see. To see if any friends hop on and join us. Just getting our space clear here. I did just finish recording about a 25-minute message for subscribers only, for members only, for the Patreon community. So yeah, we dove deep. I shared many channeled messages, revelations, reflections that have been coming through for me and people I've been connecting with over the past several days. I share in Patreon a couple times a week usually, and so just shared whatever information had been coming through since the last time I was live in there. Know that when you join, you get access to all of the content, not just my most recent message. So if something sings to you, if my energy sings to you, if these messages sing to you and you want to see more messages, further messages, deeper messages, know you can join us there. I feel like there was something else I was going to say here. I think I did mention we did dive into the full moon in Aries. We got a message on that in addition to all sorts of other messages. I've got all my decks out here. And I thought while I still had all my decks out here, I'd tap in and see what we can know here for the collective energy, what we need to know most in this now moment. It is our first full moon here. We're approaching first full moon post-eclipse season, which makes it even more powerful, potent, and it's a super moon. So it is... which means it's closer to the earth, so the energy is more amplified, felt more palpable. Those of us that are energy sensitive tend to feel the moon energies, the astrology sooner than others. Yeah, beautiful. We got a lot of rest, boundaries, silence, stillness was coming through in Patreon as well, and we got rest here, Four of Swords, and I just saw 222 here with balance. Rest is what is allowing this restoration, reciprocity, this balance to take place here. The Chariot here, King of Cups and Four of Swords, and so allowing that adequate rest is what allows us to maintain that emotional stability, maturity, mastery from within. So we make choices. This allows us to stay aligned, this adequate rest, right? The 222, balancing rest with action allows us to maintain our maturity, our inner stability, this King of Cups energy with these energies. The Chariot here, maybe expect a message coming in, but also these energies quickening, just amplifying. Things that used to take decades only take a year. Things that used to take a year only take a month now. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in, you could say hello. You could let us know where you're tuning in from. You could share with us how you're feeling in these energies. Maybe you have something hopeful, insightful, inspirational that you've learned this week you want to share with the rest of us here. Yeah, Eight of Cups here, choosing ourselves, choosing rest when it's necessary in order to stay aligned. This is how we move forward, this inner quest, inside out living. It truly is an inside out job. No amount of things in the external will satisfy us if we're coming from a place of lack. I'm going to tap in with our Work Your Light deck here. We're just tapping into the current energy, seeing what we can know. I did dive deeper. I got a full moon message for us and a 25-minute message in the Patreon community for members only. You could join us there. Also, if my energy sings to you and you want to be notified when I go live again, be sure and subscribe to the channel or hit that little bell. Hello, hello. South Africa, Scotland, welcome, welcome. America, fellow American. I don't know. I'm not super proud to say that at the moment, but here we are. But we are all placed strategically where we are for a divine purpose. Thank you for your healing. Thank you for your contribution to the collective. Thank you for being willing to look at yourself, to be willing to look at those uncomfortable truths that so many avoid. To be, rest is so hard for so many because if we slow down, we have to take a look at what we've been avoiding, running from, numbing from, I can speak on that because I'm in recovery myself, in between 5.5 and 6 years now. Well, you know, I have actually 8 years alcohol free. I gave up all of my crutches one at a time, which is usually how things go. First it was alcohol, then it was cigarettes, then it was pills. Anyways, I'm rambling. Hello. Happy birthday to you. My birthday's in 2 weeks. So we're birthday buddies. All right, so on this, being willing to face those uncomfortable truths. Yeah, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. This is what allows you to be both the student and the teacher both. We are all teachers in our own right. We are teaching in every moment by the way we are living our life. We're teaching by example, right? But walking the talk, embodiment is more important than saying the things. I shout out to you. That's all right too. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, if you would like a personal message, some personal guidance, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, know that that's an option as well. Highly sensitive, connect with nature here. That goes right along with that silence, stillness, this spiritual quest, right? Diving deeper into our inner world. We are approaching, I'm not going to dive too deep into the full moon energies because like I said, we did just get a full moon in Aries message. So I don't want to repeat myself, but know that Aries is the first zodiac sign and this is the first full moon coming out of eclipsed season cycle and just new beginnings. Aries is a fire sign, so think initiation, spiritual warrior. So if you've been feeling called to go within, to make a change, make a shift, and you've kind of been dragging your feet about it, look for the energy to speed up for you to find that forward momentum, because these inner truths are going to be, we can no longer avoid them. It'll become more and more uncomfortable for us until we are willing to make that change here. Be generous of spirit. Oh my gosh. Just heard one of my windows in the other room. Super windy here and I just had it open a crack, but it sounds like the wind just took my window off. The winds of change. Using our mind wisely, knowing, you know, we're not just thinking a thing, we're not just telling a story, we are creating. Remembering our creator power here, taking a leap of faith. Yeah, looking for that energy, that momentum to come. The wind, think like the wind at your back, sails at your back, forward momentum supported when you are willing to face those inner truths again, when you are willing to rest, when you are willing to deep dive, go within. Yeah, a rebirth is assured and be at home. This is a repeat. This came through in Patreon as well. So this rebirth is allowing us to step forward from this place of authenticity to share our truth freely, because we have went within. We know who we truly are, and nothing in the external can rock us or sway us from that knowing and feeling comfortable in our own skin here. So if you're not there, know that rest is what is called for you. And hello, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. And again, with the be generous of spirit. Spirit's like I said what I said. Just give. Give for the sake of giving, and know you aren't responsible for what you receive. We don't dictate what comes back to us. We are only responsible and in control of ourselves. And when we understand the divine flow and the giving and receiving nature, that allows that restoration, that balance. Regeneration here. Yeah, the miracles are endless. Spirit has your back here. Trust that. I'm gonna leave us with one affirmation. I just saw 909 with the mirroring. I usually always leave us with an affirmation in our Patreon message. And I like to kind of give you all a little feel for how those messages go. Think of these messages as just like a shortened version, a highlight, an appetizer, if you will, for what the Patreon messages are like. And it's not just video recorded messages. I share affirmations and recovery tips, tricks, tools, trauma healing stuff, energy stuff, law of attraction stuff, spirituality, just whatever I'm reading, learning, health and wellness stuff. In a former life, I say, it feels like a former life. It was in this lifetime, but it was a while ago. I used to be a nurse, and it's interesting to have dived deep into the Western philosophy of things. It shouldn't even be called healthcare, it should be called sick care. But anyways, now I'm reading this, The Creation of Health, all about, Carolyn Miss here is an energetic intuit, and then Norman Shealy is a doctor. And so to have, his medical interpretation and then her energetic, and to see the congruencies, and it's an easy read for me because I understand all of this medical terminology, and so it just makes much more sense. It just feels like I was meant to be a nurse when I was. It was all preparation. Just remind yourself of that. It's all preparation. It took all of that to get us here. We wouldn't know what we know now had we not lived through all of that. When I heal, the world heals. We get this one often, and I love it. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Because it's a beautiful reminder that what we do, and I just saw 6 here with balance, restoration. Also, number 6 is the Lover's card in tarot. These unions coming together because we have healed. We can heal so much on an individual level, and then we need the other sacred mirror. Many of our wounds were created in relationship, and so therefore those wounds and traumas can only be healed in relationship as well. So yeah, when I heal, the world heals, and I am evolving as a soul when I am aware of my soul's journey. I'm pretty sure we just got this one on YouTube a couple days ago with the last message. So with that, wishing you all a beautiful day, beautiful week, happy full moon. I encourage you, I invite you to use your inner fire, your truth, for the benefit of you, understanding that as you benefit yourself, as you heal, we all heal. As you rise, we all rise. So thank you for your healing again. And as always, if you're wanting a personal reading, wanting to work with me one-on-one, or wanting access to that Inside Out Living Guide, drop a comment and I'll be in touch. Until next time.